Already.
Pop, 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 pop.
Already.
Pop, 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 pop,
Hello and welcome to Misfits and Monsters. I'm your friendly neighbourhood dungeon master, Aaron, and
Been plenty of Spider-Man.
yeah, unfortunately we're missing our Illithid Octobard Calamari, played by our friend Mike, because he's got other commitments this evening, and our friend Max, who plays Gnome Alchemist Broggart and his ogre legs.
His name's Broggart.
Broggart, yeah. Grog, played by our friend Max. Sorry, I just said that. I'm repeating myself now. But he's unwell, so get well soon, Max. Sorry you couldn't join us. But today we do have brain fart. We do have
A new member.
Yeah.
That's me.
We have a lot of
It's
brain
me,
fart.
brain
We have
fart.
that every
Hello, I am Brain Fart.
we
are all
have
brain
yes,
fart.
brain fart.
We are collectively.
I'm glad we saved that. Okay. Yeah, we've got our
We're a high five.
lilac-hued tiefling demon babe battle mage Kayla, played by Kat. We've got unusually fair featured, suspicious human bard adventure chronicler Ezra, played by Mike Picton. We have our...
That's just all bold again, isn't it? I can't take a bow.
We have our less than zen surly half-orc super monk, played by Pat Floorchak.
Sorry, Nikki Six. Nikki.
What's that?
Nikki Six couldn't make it.
Nikki Six couldn't make it. Is this Nikki Six from Motley Crue? Is this who we're referencing? Okay, good. I'm glad I'm down
Yeah.
with the kids. I'm glad I know this.
What's his
This-
character? Sif.
Sith. Yeah. Then we have our death mask wearing luchador wrestler.
Rootin' tootin'
Rootin'
son of a
tootin'
bitch.
son of a bitch. Yeah. Played by Hazrat.
Yep. Did you hear what they just told you?
It's me. Hello, hello. I am the son of a bitch.
And our bold, pink-skinned reptilian bugbear hybrid, also suffering from
You
brain
call him
damage,
bugbear.
called Cray Cray, played, funny enough, by Craig.
Right, that's a weird coincidence.
Yeah. And that's it for today.
What is
So, recap. So last session you managed to escape from the undead shrine caverns made out of the body of a slain primordial titan, and found yourselves in a lushly overgrown cavern passage that was full of like exotic fungi and all sorts of other flora and fauna, with a radiant portal at the end of it that burnt you all when you got closer and became exposed to it, because of the marks that you had received from travelling through the primordial Titan's cave passages, and you'd been marked by its jaws, so you had like these flesh tattoos on your body, and where the radiant light struck your bodies, it was searing those areas specifically. But you endured the pain and passed through the portal, but unfortunately you took quite a lot of damage as a consequence of that. But as soon as you came out the other side of that portal, you found yourselves in a humid, boggy swamp region that, as far as the eye could see, was completely barren of any civilization. There were no like human-built structures that you could tell. So it was just like a glade, like a swampy glade. And as you were scouting this, it was Ezra in eagle form, because he'd spotted a mound over the horizon that could have been another structure. He roused the attention of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which was hiding in the
unexpected
in the thicket between like a thick grove of trees, and so the creature came lumbering out from its hiding place, like sniffing after where you guys were waiting for Ezra to return, and attacked you. But fortunately, Calamari had his wits about him, and he erected a. Is it Otterluke something? What was the spell? My brain is failing me today. Need more coffee.
His tiny hut.
Liamund's tiny hut,
yeah.
which was like a dome of force that protected you all, so the T-Rex couldn't get at you.
It's Calamari's tiny house. Yeah.
Yeah, Calamari's tiny house, that'll do. But that enabled you guys to duck in and out of it and oh no,
That was me.
and kill the T-Rex, which actually led us all to feel kind of sorry.
Quite pitiful, really.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
quite
really,
pitiful.
It wasn't
Yeah.
killed. It was murdered.
It was massacred.
It was
murdered.
brutally murdered.
Mutilated.
Never stood a chance.
Yeah.
I definitely had nothing to do with that.
Nope, me neither.
But after you killed the T-Rex, you decided to press on through the swamp towards this this like igloo-like mound structure that Ezra had discovered. But on your way there, another beast of the swamp tried to halt your progress, which was a more aqua line variant of a dinosaur.
I completely forgot about
Yeah,
this.
but you also fairly easily dispatched that with the aid. Oh my god, I'm going to have to mute this phone.
You mute your phone.
It's like a bard
Just
playing
not
it.
professional. Just
Ding,
not
ding,
professional.
ding, ding.
Right.
What kind of instrument is that?
But Ezra managed to manifest a wall of fire, which pretty much did a lot of the work for you in killing that beast. And then you dispatched that, and made your way over to the entrance to this igloo-like sort of woven sort of mound of thicket that had like a moss-covered thatch, and it was on an elevated sort of area of ground above the water level that logs all of this glade, like up to from depths between 1 foot to 6 foot, depending where you tread. So this is where you are now. You're basically at the threshold of this opening, going deeper down into the earth.
Did we rest?
I don't think you did rest. I don't know. I can't remember.
What did we
I think we
decide?
did a short rest.
Short rest?
Rested in the tiny hut.
Yeah,
did
we
we
do
do
show
that?
rest.
You must have. Okay. Yeah. So
Let me just.
you've completed your short rest before going any further. So faced with this like igloo-like structure made out of like woven thicket and moss and caked mud, what are you going to do?
You know when Ezra was flying up and he could see more of the ruins, was there not more further back?
Oh, behind the mound are the remnants of what
Some
looks like a
kind of
large
house,
manse,
mansion.
like a mansion house. So there's like gables and corner turrets and things that are
Out of place.
dilapidated and derelict, but they're sticking up out of the water as almost as if whatever this building structure was has sunk deep, gradually over the years into the swamp. So this is all that's left of what it once was remaining here.
I bet this passageway goes into that sunken structure.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
But what would have been an entrance to this house is obviously no longer visible, and this igloo-like thicket thing has been erected in front of what you presume to have been a main entrance, because there's like a gable roof, what's left of it, sort of protruding from the swamp water directly behind it.
I mean, where else are we going to go in this strange land that we're in? We might as well explore.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to you.
Stealth?
So what are you going to do? You're just going to go in there?
Like we saw before.
Maybe let's not just roll in there without a care in the world.
Well,
I mean, that's usually how we do.
Yeah, that's our style.
Or it's,
I mean, I'd like not have to slaughter another village of innocent ghouls or something.
Children.
Innocent ghouls.
innocent ghouls. That sounds like a
I'm just imagining we've got T-Rex in this place. We've just got like a little family of dinosaurs. What was that?
Baby T-Rex is crying.
Oh yeah, baby T-Rex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I helped that with that.
There could be. You don't know.
I'm doing it.
But when Ezra scouted, we couldn't see anything else for miles, could we?
No, this was the only visible structure that resembled anything like civilization.
Let's go down.
For miles around.
What's the worst that could happen?
And you could see that there were flying serpentine beasts in the distance, like, above the tree line.
Yeah, let's go on the ground.
Roaming around in the air.
Okay, so our option is to go on the ground, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's
Let's do it.
So does anybody...
Do we still have that makeshift torch?
we've got dark vision though.
I've got dark vision.
Does Ezra have dark vision,
I've got dark vision.
Mike?
I think everybody has dark vision.
Okay, good.
I got it.
All right.
Okay, so we're all good. Cool. Let's do it.
Do we still have that makeshift torch that Calamari made last session?
Well, we don't really need it.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah.
have
We
eyeball.
all can see on the ground, then
Oh, yeah.
What was the makeshift torch that he made? What was that?
You just used You it made it. for flies and stuff, didn't you?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
to,
yeah.
to repel the insects that were assaulting you. Yeah,
I was eating the insect. That's
Yeah.
why. Yeah, delicious.
yeah. This swamp
Delicious.
glade is basically teeming with insectile, parasitical life that's just feeding off you constantly.
There's food just flying around the air. Cray's just like, nom, 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 nom. Gorging. Protein.
So you are effectively covered in itchy bites,
Hey.
all of you.
Itchy bites. It's another band name.
Isn't that doing nothing for my complexion?
that's like every summer.
So are you going to go and proceed into the hole? What are you, or are you going to? You doing anything else other than that? What
Stealth.
stealth?
Stealthing down.
I would
the
like
roofs.
to. I would like to sneakily insert myself into the hole.
Okay, are you going first then? What's the order here? Is
Who's the stealthiest?
Probably me, unless it's Chupa.
I've got
I
plus
think
8.
it might be you.
I'll go. You go. How much to stealth?
Plus 8.
Jeez.
Okay. I forgot that you're a big pink monster, but you're super stealthy. You go first. I've got
No one
+4.
expects a
Yeah, I'm
big
plus 3.
monster.
all right. Okay. So
Yeah, it's loads.
though the opening is wide, it's not tall. So Cray is going to have to bend double to get his massive bulk through this. Same with Grog. They will have to get down on his hands and knees and squeeze his way through this. So, what did you roll on your strength check?
25.
Okay, so yeah, you can quietly enter this opening, and you see that as it slopes down, it reaches like a kind of a ledge with a wider circular hole going down deeper underground. That's got. Excuse me, I think I've got hiccups. There are like layers of like vines and roots that have wrapped around each other that align the edge of this, the circumference of this pit. I suppose you would say it is a pit that goes deeper down into whatever structure lies below.
Could you climb down the vines?
They look like they would be.
Would they hold a grog?
And they're all quite succulent. You know, they're not like old, dried, desiccated things. They look firm and
juicy.
Thick
and juicy.
They're all juicy.
Passage heading in the direction of the mansion.
Is it?
Say again.
Is it going towards where
is the passage headed in the direction?
Yeah, this just looks like it's going straight down deeper underground.
Oh.
So you don't know.
So not really going toward the mansion then?
Well, considering its location, you would presume that it would connect to whatever that if it's accessible. You don't. I mean, like I say, you can only assume that it would.
Should we say Bog and Grog go down last, just in case?
Yeah, because they're the largest and heaviest.
Just so we don't want to. Yeah, to like
so
fall on
this like sloping passage that goes down and then opens out to this larger circular where the dome of this igloo-like structure is. That's like above the pit, like as it opens out. That's like the domed ceiling of it. But there's only enough room for you, probably for two of you to go side by side down this sloped tunnel.
Should me and Sif go ahead then?
Yeah, if you want to.
Scouting party.
Is everyone happy with that, or do you all want to go at the
Yeah,
same
let's
time?
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'd say you go first.
The big pink meat shield.
So, are you just going to, without any further ado or anything else, you're just going to try and descend down some of these vines to get deep down into the hole?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I need you to do a strength athletics check for me, please, both of you.
Can they see from where they are how deep it is from?
Okay, athletics is my specialty. Watch me fuck this up.
19.
19. It goes about. It goes about 60 feet down, and then seems to end. It's quite murky at the bottom of it, and you can only really tell that there appears to be some kind of moist. Like it looks like wet, like it's glinting with like the surface might be covered in water.
Like a bit swampy.
Yeah, and all the vines kind of seem to end at where this water level appears to sit and go, and kind of coil and writhe around each other in like a tangled mass.
Right.
So from what you can tell from that, there is a flaw because the vines and roots,
they bunch
up and coil over each other and rise out of this water, like shallow water level that's there.
Okay.
But it glistens, like everything's moist down it. So what did you get for your check?
Oh, I got a 19, and Pat, what did you get?
26.
Jesus.
26. So Sif manages to like grab a hold of like a length of one of the vines and starts scaling down. But as you swing out onto them, with a bunch in your hand, some of the moisture that's dripping down the vines causes you to slip, and you lose your grip, and you just like slide down the wall and hit the floor, and it's quite a hard landing because these vines, even though they're quite dense and succulent, they're still pretty hard. Oof. And the below the surface of the water and beneath the vines is actually a stone floor.
Oh Christ!
So you take You only take 2 points of bludgeoning damage though, but you're like, oh, you're a bit winded by the fall because it's quite a drop. In fact, it should have been more than that, shouldn't it? It should have been 3d6 because isn't it a d6 for every 10 feet you fall?
Nah, surely not.
I think it is. I'm probably.
I mean, that sounds about right, to be honest. Not going to be a d4.
A d6 for every 10 foot.
Yeah. So.
Oh no,
You
Hunter's internet's dropped.
you actually take 10 points of
10 points?
yeah, of bludgeoning damage for that
okay.
slip. So obviously you guys like crouch 2 by 2 in the slope passage, looking at Sif and Cray Cray as they heave themselves over the rim of the pit. You hear Cray Cray like fall and take a tumble, and he falls past you, Sif, like in his inimicable style, and hits the bottom hard.
Trademark. Just testing the ground for you.
But you make
making sure there's a ball.
So thoughtful.
But you make it to the bottom
appreciate
fine, Sif, and you can just alight off, drop off the end of the vine you're traversing with ease onto the.
As is just.
So Ezra will have followed them down the passage to the top of this and just shout down, "What's it like down there?
Moist!
Snap.
What can you see?"
So
Wetness.
it's as you've got about the last quarter of the walls of the pit are actually square shaped, so you now see, and there are what remains of like brick walls embedded in dirt as it goes higher up, but then they become more it becomes stone all the way down from about the last quarter of the way. We've obviously still covered in vines and roots, and these connect to or end on a flagstone floor, but it's covered in like a shallow greeny water that's full of algae. It's like algae covered. There's like a rime of like fungal sort of growth on the top of the water. So it's been lying still and stagnant for some time, maybe, even though there's probably fresh trickles constantly coming down the wall from the swamp above. And the stone walls have also taken on like a green cast from whatever moss or lichen has started to sort of grow on them. And this square room has two doors on 2 different walls. So where you've landed, Cray Cray, to your left there's a door if you turn and face this wall, the door would be in the far left corner, and if you then turn to face the perpendicular wall, there's a door right in the middle of it. So there's 2 potential exits out of what appears to be a room.
Okay.
So I'm assuming I'll save you guys the breath. You'd relay that up to Ezra.
Yep. Words.
All right then, I'm on my way down. And I'll...
Be careful on the vines, though.
Say what?
As he falls.
What athletics?
Yeah, that's 11.
11.
Oh,
dear,
you're
Ezra.
falling down.
So Ezra barely even gets a hold of the of the vines as he attempts to swing himself over the edge, and it just slips straight out of his hands, and he just goes plummeting.
Oh man!
Do you want to try and do anything while you're?
Can I try and use my acrobatics to make a graceful landing?
Yes, you can try. You might mitigate some of this damage.
22.
Oh, 22.
22.
I'll halve the damage then.
Superhero landing.
Graceful I've never seen.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning as it's still, even though you manage to land on your feet in a proper sort of crouch to absorb the blow, you from the landing, you still take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. So your shins are like
falling with grace. That's what I call that. Falling with style.
You can't just pop off.
What about Kayla? Are you going to attempt to shimmy down, or are you going to do something else?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna attempt to shimmy down, not fall on my arse.
We have a Freya that's.
You just summon a Leomund's tiny trampoline.
Yeah, where's the tension? Or feather or something like that.
Don't die.
Should I just do acrobatics check then?
It's
I think it's-
athletics to try and climb down the vines or roots.
Yeah.
15?
Oh no! So Kayla
Oh no!
follows a similar fate to Ezra, of misjudging just how slick these vines and roots are, and you slip and start to fall. Is there anything you want to try and do to save yourself? Is
Is there anything sticking out that I can just like get my whip around
do a
and
whip,
try?
yeah,
catch
try.
Dr. Jones.
Yeah, do a
Finesse.
survival. Do a
Oh,
survival
what, sorry?
check. Survival.
Eyeball.
Yeah, see if you can whip out and
Cool.
Indiana Jones your way out of this hazard.
Oh, possibly. That's 20.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, so you manage to fling your whip out, and its tip wraps around one of the thicker, protruding, gnarly roots, and like pulls you to a stop, and you're swinging like maybe about 10, 15 feet from the floor, and you saved yourself.
Ezra's just going to walk underneath and fall. I shall catch you, darling.
I drop.
You allow it.
Oh no.
I'll allow it.
Chivalry is not dead. Okay, so Ezra, do you want to just do a check to see if you can catch her? Because this is pretty treacherous ground.
What am I
around
big
here.
ass to do?
What am I doing? Strength?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How heavy I am.
that's a 5.
Oh,
Oh boy.
So Kayla, you just literally like,
Ass clamp.
yeah, you just land ass first on his head, and he just falls to the ground,
Yeah.
like boom, his face planted into the floor of the water, like bubbles are coming up down the side of his head from as you're just sitting on him. No damage.
I get off and thank him for cushioning my fall.
We've lost Hasdy.
Yeah, it has internet's dropped.
Yeah, he's internet dropped, so I assume he's trying to get back.
He's praying to the gods right now to.
Those of you who, if anybody's watching from America and you think you've got bad internet, come to the UK. It's like you would not believe. But yeah. Okay. So you're in this square room, stone walls, stone floor, covered in lichen and moss, roots and vines, tangling and writhing around each other up down the walls.
2 doors to choose from.
And you've got 2 doors to choose from. Yeah. So one.
Are they similar in their appearance?
They are.
One more sturdy, or
They look like they are made of stone. They're like a stone slab. With
I think we should split up then.
with no outwardly obvious sign of opening them. There's no handles, so it's just like a slab that goes up into the lintel.
on both doors.
On both doors. Like, so the door that's on. If you guys were all facing the door that's set in the middle, the other door would be in the far left corner of the left-hand side wall.
Okay.
Okay.
So. Does the water
Can we,
go up to the doors?
The water is about maybe 2-3 inches, somewhere between 2 and 3 inches deep.
Oh, so it's just.
It's just like a puddle,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
It's just collected there. but there is a constant
It
trigger.
doesn't seem to be firing.
It's just still. Yeah.
Okay, you know
yeah.
the door in front of us.
Yeah,
Can I check for traps?
Check for traps.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
What do I roll?
go ahead. Do an investigation. Unless you want to do survival, whichever. I'll let you choose. Whichever you've got the better aptitude for.
I'd rather do survival. I'd rather use my survival skill for
Yeah,
that, if
you
that's
go for
okay.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's 17.
Okay. There are no obvious signs of a trap, so as far as you can tell, this isn't trapped. But as you're like feeling around the edges of the door and the intersecting sort of not intersecting, abutting blocks of stone that form the walls and the flagstones that fill the floor, you feel one of them give slightly, as if perhaps it's a pressure switch of some kind.
Ooh.
I push it.
Okay, so as you
What happens?
push it in, and it creaks and grinds, and then finally, whatever mechanism powers this, it recesses slightly and then pops back, and the slab starts to fall like into the floor, like
Oh.
very slowly,
Ominous.
and then
It's like in a video game.
and then stops level. With
Can I check for any boulders that might be ready to fall on us from behind?
if you want to, what do you want to do? Perception check.
Just essentially Indiana Jones episode. I'm just going to look for boulders on like rails specifically.
Are you actually doing a check for this?
Do you want me to do an investigation?
Yeah, doing an
Yeah.
investigation check.
That's a natural 20. If there are any boulders on
Okay.
rails,
So Ezra carefully
I know that.
scans above
Look, Aaron's going.
the pit above him, and there's just, as far as you can tell, there's nothing, and you don't hear any rumbling or any other, no other mechanisms have been activated that you can hear churning and grinding behind the walls. So, as far as you can tell, this was just to open this slab of a door that's now sat flush with the bottom, the flagstone floor. So it's just a step on the threshold now, and beyond is a fairly narrow passageway going off into, quite a distance away into darkness beyond the edge of your vision, that has a short set of steps which go down. So the passageway kind of goes down.
Further down.
Further down, yeah.
Which door was this? The one straight ahead?
It's set straight ahead in the middle of the
Yeah,
wall.
no,
So I want.
so what do you want to do? Split up and try the other door, or do you want to?
we can see if we can open the other door in a similar fashion, and if we can, just look down that. If it's a corridor, if it's a small room, then we can just check what's in the room.
Let's do that.
Yeah, it could be a closet. You're right.
Shall
Yeah.
I push on it?
Can
Do
we
you want me to do it?
I think you have to find a
find the right little thing, don't you?
Little switch thing.
What do you want to do?
I'll
Investigation?
Yeah, won't make any difference to me. Got no stats and anything. Oof, 12.
12. Okay, so Craig's like fumbling about with his great big taloned hands, and he's just like, "Ugh!" And he can't find anything. At the minute he hasn't got the finesse to identify one brick to another. Somebody a little bit more skilled in this is probably going to have a go.
You would have found the last one, so you can find this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Then I'll do a. I assume I can do a survival check on this as well.
Survival?
We
Guys,
threaten him. If he doesn't find it, we'll kill him. Then that's a survival check.
Okay.
guys,
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt, but my friend's watching the stream and he
Yeah.
says that the sound keeps cutting and the picture keeps freezing as well.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, no.
shit.
It's not good.
Because I only noticed because I had it on another window. Obviously, I can't hear it, but I can see that the picture keeps freezing.
Ah.
Damn.
I don't know if it's just from your end, Aaron. Because for me here as well, your picture keeps like kind of freezing up a little bit Craig and everyone. I can see Craig fine though, and Mike's fine, and Pat's fine.
The one on this TV.
So I don't know if it's
all right.
Yeah, stop this freezing.
no.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt. But...
Shit, I don't know what I can do about it. Well,
No, no,
Yeah.
what we can do.
Because it's okay on.
I think you guys had some issues with your internet yesterday as well, right?
We
So
did
this
have
could
no
just be
internet
that.
yesterday. That was true.
Oh
Till
Lord,
2,
he did
3.
say that the audio was mostly fine. Like you could hear it,
But the-
Okay.
the
but
videos-
he did say it cut off at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
There's always something.
See, there was an update as well that negated any of the audio plugins that I had to have installed in order for my computer, which will be product unnamed, to record built-in audio. And anyway, let's just carry on. I mean, there's nothing I can
Yeah,
do
it
about
seems like the audio is fine.
Thanks for letting us know, though. That's really appreciated because we can't improve unless people tell us these things are happening. So that is, next
Yeah, well, to
time
be
when-
fair, I did just ask him to check just because I'd noticed that the picture was freezing.
No, that's good.
But yeah,
though.
he said the audio is good.
It'll just have to be hopefully theatre of the mind for most people. It's like it's an audio book.
Theatre of the mind.
It's an audio adventure.
Imagine I'm 6 feet tall.
Well, you can see the map. You just our faces are freezing up a bit.
I've got to say that the video's not
We're all
great.
just getting frozen in.
The video's not great for me on Roll20 either. So I don't know.
On this thing here, it's all pretty good.
We just can't
Yeah.
win with these, can we? We
Yeah,
keep moving to
kind
different
of-
platforms, and it's good for a bit, and then it's worse. I don't understand.
I must admit, there is quite a bit of delay on
I'm
you.
not tech savvy enough to be able to work all these problems out.
Nice to meet you, Tech Savvy.
Yeah,
We can always discuss that after the
yeah, it's something we'll have to address post mortem. Like we'll have to.
Or any suggestions?
Any
I mean, is this the first time this has happened?
Yeah, like it's been fine every other week.
Yeah, so I think we're just experiencing.
Hopefully, it's just to do with the problem you guys were having.
Gremlins.
This is all thanks to this bad stream is sponsored by Virgin Media.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. Not sponsored by Virgin.
Yeah.
You said
Okay.
it, not us.
Consistent internet would be great.
Yeah, I'd really like to have
No, well,
the internet
you can't have everything.
speeds that were promised. Anyway,
Anywho,
sorry.
back to Faerun.
Yeah, that's
I think.
Yeah, so
Grok
Craig
Virgin
can't find
Media.
the switch. Somebody else is going to have to attempt this who's a little bit more
Yeah. I got distracted
skilled
by-
in this area
I
of
got distracted
things.
by a bug.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to investigate it as well, then, because I had some success with the other door.
Okay,
Whoa.
you know what I'm looking for, so
And I rolled
What did you roll?
a 2.
I will let you roll with advantage because you were already able to identify the kind of mechanism from the previous door. So roll again. Let's see what you
Oh,
get.
how generous.
You won't be
Fair
thanking me later.
Okay, 15. How is that?
Yeah, that is enough for you to find a similar pressure switch, which isn't in the same place in the wall as the other sort of brick facsimile was. It's like a different shape, but you find it, push it in, and with some effort, it finally recesses as the mechanism catches it, and makes like a clunk noise, and it pops back out, and the slab starts to slowly descend into the floor like the other one did, like stopping on its level with the flagstones forming like a threshold step. So, and behind this door is another long, fairly narrow passageway, which seems to go on even further into the distance than the one on your, which would be on your right now. But you can see a short distance down this passage, there is another slightly recessed stone
Oh,
slab
Christ.
door.
It's like a labyrinth. Okay.
Okay. This is like a labyrinth, isn't it?
I was going to start making a little map of where we're going in his journal.
That's helpful.
Cool. Chronicling.
No idea. I'd say that we might, if both the passages are the same, look the same length, we could either split up and play Scooby-Doo, or we could take one passage.
Oh, Scooby-Doo!
Maybe there'll be a panel that we can like, lean against and accidentally turn around, fall down a trap slide.
Or we'll pass into different rooms and then appear in the other rooms. And then appear in the other rooms.
Yep.
That old gag.
That
comes with
Big.
Just check for any statues, see if they shout ouch when you poke.
So, who is? Which of you are who in the Scooby Gang? Is Cray Cray Scooby Doo? Of course he is.
I'm clearly, what's his name?
Ezra's
Who's the blonde
Fred.
guy?
Fred.
Yeah, I'll be Fred.
Is
My
Sif,
Velma are definitely
is
there.
Sif Shaggy?
It's completely up to you. I'm Shaggy, me, definitely me.
So, I mean, I'm just designating that you guys can disagree with me. I'm just don't let me tell you. But yeah.
Jinky!
I guess there's 4 of us. We could split 2 and 2.
Okay.
You sure you want to do that?
Okay, and we'll meet back. We'll meet back at this point in like 5 minutes or something like that.
Hopefully.
Okay. So who's going which way?
I don't have a message. Like,
I'm going with Scooby.
Okay, makes sense to
I
me.
mean,
food, right?
Shaggy.
You got the munchies.
No, I'm sober today.
No
Okay.
Scooby snacks.
Well, I mean,
So-
obviously,
Sif and Cray Cray, which passage are you going down? The one on the left or the one
I'll let you choose because you opened both
on the
doors.
right?
okay, we're going to the left because left is my
Okay.
favorite direction.
Okay.
Okey-dokey.
So Sif, Cray Cray set off down there. So Kayla, Ezra, you're going down the one on the right, which is set in the middle of the wall.
Got it.
So I'll deal with Ezra and Kayla first. So about just over 10 feet away, there's those short set of stairs which go a little bit further down, maybe another 10 feet further down into the passage. And again, it's flagstone floors covered in shallow water, which is rimed with like algae, and the walls are brick and covered in vines and lichen and moss. So everything has got like a dilapidated green, kind of greenish tint to it. And as you go down the steps, I'm assuming you're just going to keep walking. How far are you going to go?
Yep. Yeah, we'll keep on walking for 2.5 minutes.
I was going to say, for 2.5 minutes precisely.
I'd say in about that time you could reach what appears to be the end of this passageway, but in fact it turns to the left at a right angle and goes, and you can, looking down there, you can see that it's another long passageway.
Excuse me.
Which appears to open out just at the very edge of your vision into a larger room of similar size and dimensions to the one that you left, that you first entered into. But obviously, I'm presuming you've stopped at the corner of the turn and are just looking down the corridor.
Sure.
And about halfway down,
How long would it take to get there?
it'd probably take another somewhere between another 5 and 10 minutes to reach the end of that passage. And there's an opening about halfway down this new passage that obviously leads further into this complex somewhere else. But you can see that there's a larger room which is, you can only tell just from its basic sort of the basic sort of appearance of depth that it has, because you can't determine any real details from this distance. There's a room at the end of that turn.
Okay.
So what are you going to do?
Let's turn back.
Okay.
Report our findings.
So, Sif and Cray Cray, as you are ambling along, sloshing through this shallow water over the vine-covered flagstones, displacing all of the fungus and algae that's growing on the surface there. You come about
Where's my
20
place?
feet 20 feet in. You come to the stone slab door that's on the right. So it's up to you whether you want to attempt to open that or carry on further down the passageway.
How many minutes in?
That's like literally like a couple of minutes.
20 feet, but like, no difference.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to try your luck again on the door?
Okay, let's do that. Let me. Is it like the same kind of
Yeah.
rock slab that we can see?
Yeah. It's identical in its manufacture as the others that you've encountered.
Okay. Can I just look for the button, or would you like me to still roll for it?
You're gonna have to roll for it because none of these seem like they're in the same place, almost by design.
All right. Makes sense. Let's see. Do I get advantage?
Yeah, I'd give you advantage. You know what the kind of features you're looking for here now, so.
Okay. Well, I mean, my first roll is a non-natural 20, which I think should be enough.
Yeah, definitely.
And the other one is 21.
Okay, yeah, well that's more than enough. So you easily locate the next pressure switch, push it in with a clunk, and again the stone slab barrier to this opening starts to recede into the floor and stops level with the flagstones. And some of the water from this corridor starts to sort of gets displaced and starts to pour into this new passageway that's revealed to you behind it. And about 30 feet like down this passage, you can see that it descends into another what looks like a larger opening. So that you presume.
Okay, I suppose I've already gone.
There's either a drop or there's another set of short stairs at the end of this passage that you don't know without investigating because it's too far away for you to tell.
What do you think, Pat?
Okay. I mean, personally, I'd say we keep going on the same path we were going and see where this corridor leads before we check others.
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's how I played my survival horror games.
Yeah. I was about to concur on that one. Yeah.
So you finish
Great.
your inspection of that passageway and carry on down the one that you started on, and like almost as soon as you pass this opening and get a little bit further ahead, you see that there's a set of like double slabs recessed in and blocking another like larger portal. What would be another, opening on the right-hand side, about maybe somewhere between 30 to 35 feet away from you. So you could go and investigate that one if you wanted to.
Double doors.
What do you think?
That would take you roughly about to the 5-minute mark, and then you'd have to return. So.
Okay, well, we promised we'd go back after 5, so let's go back. We can always retrace.
Let's go. Recon back. Info.
Corroborate your findings.
Yeah, reconnoiter.
Okay, so you both parties return to the room that you first entered in. So it's up to you guys to confer whatever you want to say to each other here.
What do you want to check out?
Well, we found like something that looks important because it's a double door. A double door is always more important than a single door.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, more monsters can come out of it.
Exactly.
All right,
So,
let's check it.
My vote is on trying that double door, but this is a democracy until it isn't.
We know how well democracy is working for us at the moment.
Oh boy, let's not get into politics. This is another place.
All right, let's check out these double doors of yours.
At least it's something different. So.
Anyone else? Any other dissenting opinions?
Double doors are important.
Double doors.
Double doors, double.
Doors.
Double doors mean double doors. Let's go back.
Okay.
Double doors. Isn't that Harry Potter's teacher?
Okay, so
I don't know any Harry Potter.
Took a moment to click on that one.
Professor Double Doors.
Wah, wah.
So bear with me a second
Professor.
while you guys are making your way down there.
Is there?
Okay, yeah. So we're making our way down, and as we go, I showed the other two that we found this kind of a drop. Behold, a hole with steps.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm sure you've not seen anything like this
I
before.
Roll 20.
And then we shall continue to go.
Really, like,
A bit fucked up.
really not cooperating today. Oh,
Come on, roll 20.
What's happening?
I'm trying. You guys carry on. Whatever it is, you role play. Role play.
Oh!
You're walking down this corridor.
Double doors. Two of them instead of one, which is mostly unusual because most houses have a single door.
So to pass the time, as we do a performance, that was a natural 20 on my performance.
Oh,
Natural
I
20.
think means what is that? That's a 33 on performance. I entertain the shit out of this.
holy shit, I'm so entertained.
Literally, the shit falls out of Cray Cray. Sorry!
Wow, this is, I think, the best you've ever performed. Oh,
It's incredible what you can do with the flute and some.
taking things to new heights.
I'm not even playing an instrument. I'm just telling you stories. I'll tell you a ghost story involving some kind of creature in some labyrinth of stone tunnels.
Oh.
Why would you tell us this?
It happened in a place just like this.
I'm gonna have to give up on
Yeah.
roll 20 because it's just not responding. I
Cracked
don't know
out.
what the fuck is going on.
Yay, well done.
Sorry, roll 20.
Wanna restart?
I'd love to promote your services to the world because I do really like them, but it's just not working for us today.
Is it
Anyway,
possibly because of the...
I think it's mostly because of the internet connection today, probably.
yeah, it's not the app's fault. It's Virgin Media's.
Internet.
Thanks, Virgin Media.
Anyway, so
You're the best.
as you're passing that doorway that you opened first on the right-hand side, about 20 feet away from the opening to this passageway, a large black slimy shapes that fills the entire like dimension of the passageway slops out of the opening in front of you and attacks whoever's in the lead. So who was going first?
Oh no, be careful, Boris Johnson.
Whoa.
Who was in the lead?
Anyway, enough.
Who went first?
Either me or Craig.
Yeah, one of us.
Okay, I'm going to pick.
You would have been showing us the
Cray. So,
Make it Craig, because I'm just gonna die.
okay, so that's
He's big.
18. That's
my
that's
AC.
that's a hit. So this amorphous black tar-like mass slops out of the doorway and engulfs you and like slams down on you with its with like a gelatinous limb and hits.
It's a Tuesday.
And you are going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage,
Oh boy.
and got to get all of these dice out, and 16 points of acid damage as well as it burns your flesh as it comes into contact and starts to keep searing through your hide as the tar-like substance just sticks to your skin.
That ain't cool.
What is your armour?
18.
Are you wearing armour or is it natural hide?
It's a collection of hide armors.
Is it magical or is it just mundane armour?
I have a cloak of protection, hide +3. That's just.
Cloak of protection is magical, isn't it?
Yeah. Is this
Yeah.
magic?
Yes.
Is that so? That's your armour then, your cloak of protection.
I have a +3 A3 bonus while wearing this armor. Cloak of protection. Reveal your secrets. It's a wondrous item. Is it magical? Did you ask me that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's magical. So that's your armour. Okay. No effects. No further effect then.
What just happened?
This entity that's just assaulted you. you guys recognise it as being of a similar type to the
Same black goo.
the oozes that you that rain down upon you and attack you in the high forest as you are on your way to the Obsidian Pass and the Valley of Black Tears. So this thing like spills out into the corridor and starts to fill the passageway that you're in.
Shit.
So roll for initiative, please.
More of this black.
Oh god.
That's 10 for Ezra. Sorry, 11. 11.
Oh, I've lost my pen.
26.
10 for Ezra.
Yep.
26 for Cray Cray. What about Sif?
Sorry, what?
Sif, initiative. What did you get?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes. Yes. My initiative is a pitiful 13.
13. Okay, Kayla, what did you get?
22.
22. That's damn good. What did you get, Cray? What was that?
26.
Okay, so she's after you. Unfortunately, we've lost Chupa. Oh dear. Nothing's going right today. This is even worse than last week.
Oh, we did well last
I
week.
think it was fine. I think it was good.
Ah.
It was week 4, I think.
Was it the week before?
5 technical hiccups, it happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I drew a picture of myself in my lanyard. That'll cheer everyone up.
Alright. So, Cray, you get to go first. So
Okay.
you have a chance to retaliate against this blob.
This oozy bastard.
This oozy blob.
He's an oozy lover.
This oozy poo.
God, do we remember what was good against them? Just
I seem to remember slashing weapons cut them into copies, smaller copies.
that's true. It did, didn't it? Yes.
I don't know if that's actually a bad thing. I honestly.
Because it reduced them. We had to reduce them down, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well.
What we need is to hit them with like a sieve or something.
No. You don't touch me.
Hit them with a person.
We get sieve at them.
You don't get to throw me. No.
What have I got? I'm afraid it's either a sword or an axe. They both do the same
Do it.
thing. And I will just attack with my great axe.
Before we do any of this, shall I attempt to reload roll 20?
Can do.
It might.
Yeah,
it might-
possibly.
If it helps, sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hold that. You're about to attack. Hold there, so
What?
hold your wind. Oh man, I'm getting nothing. I'm getting no response.
I'm holding.
Can't hold this forever.
This is fun. This is what people watch streams for.
I bet it's frozen again. I hope it freezes there. That'd be great. And we don't have to actually hold it.
Man.
Technology. Disappointing. Since 2019.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's just like.
It's shit the bed.
If it continues like this though, streaming will be an absolute impossibility.
We'll just see what we can do. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. And we've lost Haz.
And we've lost Haz. We've not got our luchador.
Literally helped murderize a T-Rex.
Sometimes it just goes bad.
I mean, it's weird because, like, on the one where we can see Craig, it's fine.
Yeah, we've got roll 20 up here on the TV.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
I know, because for me, Craig does break up every so often there as well.
In terms of video, though, it's pretty smooth, whereas I find Aaron's one's a bit more like
Hmm.
occasional.
I think it's because Aaron is far closer to the camera and far more animated than Craig.
Yeah, Craig.
Bit more.
This
Possibly.
Like movements are just so fluid.
Yeah, I guess you might notice it more.
Like a ninja.
this isn't any better. This honestly isn't any better. Roll20 is just not responding to anything I'm doing.
I think it's that laptop.
It takes about 5 minutes for something to happen.
That laptop needs a diet.
It's not the laptop, it's the internet connection, surely.
I think it's the
But
internet.
it's
Yeah.
fine here.
Oh, well, fuck it, fear
Aha.
of mind.
Did you completely go down yesterday?
Oh, we went down for hours.
Oh, nightmare.
Aha!
Are they upgrading something again? Quote unquote.
Someone's probably round the corner stealing all the fucking wire.
Yeah. That is something that's happening around Leicester at the minute. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Yeah.
Well, the whole of the UK, not just where we live.
Are they stealing copper?
Something like that, yeah.
They keep smashing open the junction boxes and stripping all of the cabling for broadband
Oh
and
my-
phone connections. Anyway, enough of
That's
that.
what fucking Poland in the 90s.
I
What
found
the
a
hell,
drawing of a
guys?
blood monster. Can you see it?
Nightmare.
Blood monster!
No.
Just
Whoa.
anyway, just we're just gonna have to kind of use our imaginations like we used to do when we played D&D in the
What?
80s. So,
Oh, were we supposed to like see a map on the Roll20 page?
Yeah,
no,
I must
I haven't activated it yet because it's not responding. So
Okay. No, because I have a.
there is a map. I've got a battle map ready that I was going to try and put a monster token on and have you do that. You know, as a visual aid, so that people know where they are in relationship to things spatially, which is what this stuff's meant to help with. I'm finding it more of a hindrance these days than I am a help. I don't know. I long for the days of just playing with miniatures on a table, paper, isometric grids.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Anyway.
We all have to move away. It sucks.
Yeah. Right, there's a black pudding thing attacking you.
Black pudding!
So Cray gets to go first. He was about to attack with his
I
axe.
salt it and then put it in my mouth.
Yeah, you'd make it drown in some beer.
Mmm, delicious. Battered sausage. I'm attacking. So,
Well, what you got?
24.
24 is a definite hit.
Alright.
So what are you attacking it with? The axe?
I'm afraid so, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be slashing, which is probably going to cause some issues.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's got fire. So 7, 8, 9 slashing and 7 fire.
Okay. 9 slashing and 7 fire.
Mm.
So what's that in total?
Maths.
Maths!
16. Is it?
Okay.
Is that 16?
16!
See, if someone rolled 16, everything would be fine. Stream would work.
Okay. Right, so as you hack into the mass of this thing, and like roiling and bubbling in front of you, and you your blade actually cleaves off like a large blob of the of the main mass of the substance, which splats onto the floor beside you, and then starts to bubble and churn and rise up into another but smaller twin of its of its parent entity. So
And so I can carry on attacking, or
so as you learnt before when you were assaulted by similar creatures in the high forest, any bladed attack made against this creature will simply divide it into more smaller versions of itself.
But they'll be smaller.
They'll be smaller.
Can I use?
Well, they'll be all the same.
Can I incorporate onto that attack that I just did?
Yeah, because you get multi-attack.
Yeah. Can I use my goading attack and just it adds a D? Well, it's one of my superiority die, which is a D10. You have to do a wisdom save.
Don't you have to announce that you're doing the goading attack?
I'll do it on my next one.
On your next one, yeah.
And then that'll use my last.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even hit. It's a mega hit.
Yeah. What was it? Just for people's.
It's 18 plus 11.
Yeah, cool.
Because of my stupid stats.
Yeah.
So I'll add the D. Is it to the? It's to the
For anybody
hit.
interested in the homebrew mechanics behind a character like Cray Cray, stupid stats. There you go.
Stupid stats. Yeah.
That's it. That's all. That's
Exactly
as
how we
technical as you need to get.
Cray Cray stats. So.
Hey, how's his back?
Hey.
Yes.
So
Oh, hey, dude.
How's
nine
your internet been
damage
there?
roll.
9. Okay.
I can hear you. Can everyone else hear Hal?
That's slashing.
We
It's added on top of to the when I roll this. So
Yeah, we can hear you.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I just asked in the stream too, and it seems like the audio is fine. It is just the images keep freezing of us, so it's not too bad.
15. So it's 19 altogether. One of it's
In addition
fire.
to what you've previously done.
This is with that 9. But you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
How much of that was slashing damage though? Because I have to moderate that. So
What did I say? 3. I think 9 of it was slashing.
9, and then the rest was what?
One was the additional
I can hear you.
goading attack
So what was the
D10.
total damage?
altogether.
No, just minus the slashing damage.
Just try loading it
Because
again.
if I have to manage immunities and fit to things, I
9.
need to know.
It was 9,
So it's 9.
Because that's what-
Okay.
I think. Yes,
Yeah.
9.
Okay, so that's all right. It works out. That's fine.
Uh,
Yeah, and I have to do a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, DC 18. It says.
So that's an 11.
You
So
fail.
it fails. What
On a
happens?
failure, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against other targets other than me until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so I don't get disadvantage against you, but I get disadvantage against everybody else.
Yeah, you got to
Alright.
attack me.
And I- right. Okay. So
Just
Can you pause there, Aaron, and just figure out what's going on with Hans?
okay. Yeah, I can try.
So I think he can't hear you guys. But
We can't
we
hear
can
him
hear
here. Can you all?
no, they can hear you.
Yeah, we all hear Hans, but not. I think you and Craig both can't hear him.
You just need to do the reconnect thing.
He's tried closing it a couple of times, so I don't know if maybe you guys close it and open it again.
For anyone that
Sort
might
it.
be watching or listening, this is our testing phase. This is why we're doing this, so we can try and work out all of these problems before we do anything. So I apologise if this isn't very entertaining. Though surely watching people fail and flail is always entertaining.
It's good TV.
Yeah. Hey, look
That's-
at these
That's
fucking
probably
idiots.
quite
All these
helpful.
fucking
Pretty sure most
idiots.
reality TV shows are founded on the premise that people enjoy watching others struggle and suffer.
It's the
To be fair,
foundation of drama, Mike.
it's fine.
I can't even load the fucking page. Come
If you
on.
reconnect.
Ugh.
If you reconnect on the...
Right, I'm just trying to reload the page now.
I'm going to hit it on mine. I need to because there's no audio on mine.
That's the thing, it doesn't matter with you, Craig.
Yeah. Still looks good.
Okay, Has can you hear Craig at least now?
Well, my audio's disabled anyway because it's all coming through. the
I'm going to
device.
have to exit Roll20,
Oh.
so... See you in a bit, everyone! Bye! Okay. I've only got 2 apps running. We shouldn't really have this many problems on a system like this. Right.
I think it's your laptop.
It's not my laptop, Craig. There's nothing wrong with the laptop.
Cat goes over here. Pat goes over there.
You haven't got Haz on your screen, have you?
Yeah, he's just here.
Oh, can you move him? Is he actually in?
So obviously, because he keeps dropping out, I keep having to reintroduce him. Haz goes next to Cat.
Did you get that far? We're descending down to down a hole outside of the old ruins.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Hey!
Hey, I can hear you guys now.
Yeah!
Can
Yeah,
you all
so-
hear me?
They all drank
Can
lemonade.
you all
The end.
see me?
Yes, and yes.
But I can't feel you.
You can't hear? You can't hear us?
We can hear Haz. We can hear him perfectly
Yep.
now.
Okay.
Which is
So
wondrous.
this is what usually happens before we start streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what was happening
This
before
is
we
what
started
was
streaming.
happening.
Then we fixed it all. And then,
They all went to shit again.
Can you hear our
huh?
Right, yeah, sorry, Haz. So what happened was we went down that hole. There were 2 doors that were made out of rock, and the floor there's like a lot of slimy water. You managed to open both the doors and check the corridors that lead through them, and we've decided to bunch back together and follow the corridor me and Cray took. And as we were going down it, we got approached by a big, slimy monster that tried to eat Cray's face, and now we're fighting it.
Oh,
It's
fair
one of-
enough.
It's one of the black puddings that we fought before.
Yes, it's a black pudding.
Wait, Haz, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah,
guys.
cool. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just double checking.
Yeah.
I think Cat was waiting as well.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you could.
I can hear.
Cool. Yeah, so it's one of the slimes. The slimes!
Oh, no.
Miracles do happen.
Yes. So, who Cat's next, right?
Yes, that was the end of your turn.
I think so.
All right.
Wait, I do get 3 attacks. Does that count as my... No, that was my second attack. I've got 1 attack left. Sorry, Cat.
It's okay, don't worry. Just let me
21
get my hopes up.
Dashing your hopes against the rocks.
Ugh, just let me burn things.
Oh, I see what's happening.
Oh, I'm mad.
Big
yeah, I
map
get them.
for you guys to see now.
Little.
Perfect.
Enlarge that to your heart's content.
Better now as well.
18.
Like it's. I can see us moving.
Perhaps what we should do before we launch next time is, once everybody's in, quit and then reload and then start streaming, because as soon as new people get added, it just seems to fuck the bandwidth. Like, I don't know, it's like it just can't handle all the new data being.
Ready for this?
I'm ready for it. What is it?
26 damage.
26 damage. That's
That's like a D12 and a D8 top.
26
top max.
damage.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah, that was like the highest I could possibly roll.
What of that is slashing though?
12.
Okay.
No, 18. 18. Because it's plus 6. 18.
So
That's going to be halved or something shit, right?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
and then what was the rest? So
The rest of it was fire.
yeah, but what was
8.
the 8?
Yeah.
So again, the bladed attack from your axe doesn't really seem to do a significant amount of damage. But what it does create is another smaller pudding that plops to the side of the other one as you're hacking. It flicks off the end of your blade, plops on the floor, and then starts to grow and roil.
So what have we got now? 3?
We've got 3.
So 2 small and
one
medium?
large one and 2 medium-sized ones.
But the large one
Um,
it's got here. That one has disadvantage against everyone but me. I'm assuming the other 2 don't have that condition. Because they're different entities, surely.
So, no, they would be classed as separate
Yeah.
entities. Yeah.
Burn them!
Hang on.
Burn, Kayla.
So it's Kayla's go.
Fire?
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 Fire? Fire?
Yeah, this place is too
What am I
wet.
burning? My turn.
Burn this land.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn. Attack.
Kill the puddings.
Attack. Sorry, I was just keeping an eye on the stream as well. I think it's seriously delayed, but
Weird.
it's cool.
Ah, weird.
We're moving now. That's the important thing.
This map's huge.
Right. Fire. Fire. What fire should I do? Fire 1, 2, 3, 4.
How about a good chemical fire? I do like those.
I'm gonna do some scorching rays.
Nice.
Feel the good hit, the good time hit of the sun.
So I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll per ray. So I'm gonna do all 3 at the one target there.
Which one?
Okay, you're going for the large mass or the 2 smaller sized?
Oh, so there's only 3.
There's 3. There's a large
Large.
one and 2 mediums.
Oh, because it hit.
Ah, fuck it then. I'll do 1 each then in that
Cray
case.
Cray
Seeing
is
as
the
it's 3.
father of.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 1 each actually.
Okay,
I lied.
alright.
No!
That was a
Is that a
1.
fumble?
No!
Oh dear. So unfortunately that
That
that first ray, like, that's an attack roll, isn't it? That's a
Yeah.
full attack. That
That's 2
actually,
hit. That's
that scorches Cray Cray's back, like
Oh.
flies wide. So roll the damage that you would have rolled for that
Okay.
on the pudding on your reptilian bugbear friend.
Taking some damage in this place.
You've got it sears all the skin and blisters all the
Yeah.
tough, leathery, scaled hide of your back.
That was 6 fire damage.
6.
6.
Oh,
Friendly fire, literally.
Sorry.
that's okay.
Okay, roll the next one. This one will be better.
Yeah.
This will be better.
It is better. Much better. That was a 20.
Oh.
Nice, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
Damn it. 2 fire damage.
Oh,
God, cat.
You win some, you lose some, right?
What damage dice do you roll for that attack? Is it a D6?
It's just really 6.
Yeah.
It was the best of days, it was the
But
worst of days.
it's per ray, so each ray is like 2d. I only did it at 2nd level. Probably should have done it at a higher level.
It was like the slowest flame.
How many spells do you anticipate? Do them all at
I'm
high.
not
like-
working
It's
today.
like somebody just like passed their hand over a lighter flame.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Ouch!
Next one.
Oh, that's definitely a hit. That was natural 19.
Okay,
Plus
that's
8.
definitely a hit.
Wow.
The pudding isn't hard to hit; it's just hard to kill, as you've
Yeah.
experienced in the past.
Okay, so that was 8. 8 fire damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
That was a bit bad.
It happens.
Okay.
I was
so-
just so devastated by the fact that I'd burnt you that
It shook you.
it shook me to my core.
Yeah.
So I just did a little pathetic.
He questioned your life choices.
So,
Oh, what am I doing?
the ray attacks, are despite the damage not being great, are effective, and it manages to disintegrate like whatever it hits in the mass of the creatures, so that it's like just kind of just gets evaporated out like a good chunk of its proportions is taken away by the blast. So
Look, you pudding.
that was good. Do you want to move or anything, or are you sticking where you are?
I might be. How close am I to it?
Well, it depends on what order you guys are in this corridor. I mean, I'm going to say that Craig
I
is
was ahead.
in the
Me
lead.
and Sif are
so-
ahead. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're definitely ahead.
Probably Ezra and Kayla
Forgetting to do
just
stuff.
behind, and then Haz can just go where he likes because he was just like.
Can I reach him with my whip?
Ooh.
So who's directly behind Cray, just for my edification here? Who's...
So I am straight behind Cray.
So Sif is straight behind Cray. Who's behind Sif?
I guess that Ezra can be behind him.
Yeah. And then Kayla would be... Is Kayla like right at the back?
Oh, possibly.
And Chupa,
Yeah.
you could be anywhere you want to be between any of these guys because you're obviously a lot shorter.
I'll be cuddled up right here.
Yeah. Okay. So Kayla, you're about somewhere between 20 and 25 feet away from this thing, which is directly in
I'm not
front
going to be
of
able to reach.
So that's too far away.
Can I move in addition to an action and a bonus action?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Move
Okay,
this.
well, I need to get within like 10 foot, basically.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's enough room in this passage, even though it's quite narrow for.
I'm going to sit
Two
up
of
next
you.
to Cray.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, you can move yourself if you can possibly even move something on your end. You can do that.
Okay, I think I can. I usually can edit my. Yeah, I got it. I don't think I can move Cray. I can move myself. I'm just squinch next to Cray here. It looks like I'm riding you now.
Well, after that burn.
I get on his shoulders. I get on Cray's
just
shoulders.
massage your scorched shoulders. Oh, right there.
While you're at it.
Swing my whip around,
Oh,
and
to the right.
I'm gonna go for the big one. I'm gonna use my bonus to
Whoa.
use my
Steady.
improved war magic.
Okay.
So I can do my whip, which will have some fire magic on it too.
Karen,
Yeah.
I want you to be able to see the characters. Do you need to give me possession of a character to see stuff?
Can you still not see the characters?
So I see two tunnels in the top left, and a room numbered 1. Is that right?
Yeah. Can you not see your character?
Yeah, that's correct.
Can't see any characters at all.
Oh, try clicking the
Do you have to
top right tab sometimes.
to me?
I've given all of you individual permission to control your characters through Roll20. So
You know the little control bar on the top right. You know sometimes you close and open that, it rejigs the page. It like refreshes it. Has that worked?
Close which page?
You know the little tab that's on the top right next to your scroll bar? There's a little tab with 3 dashes on it.
Yeah.
If you click and close and open that, it refreshes the page.
Okay, I've just done that. It hasn't happened.
Oh, fudge.
I'll try reloading the page. I'll be right back. Sorry, you carry on with your attack.
Sorry,
Okay.
yeah. What have you done, Kayla? Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my whip attack with my improved war magic, so I can take a weapon attack after using a spell. That's a
Okay.
bonus action.
Cool.
So I'm just gonna roll to hit. 21 to hit.
That's a hit. That's definitely
Cool. And
Yep.
cool. So I'm gonna just roll the piercing damage. So that's seven slashing damage.
So the larger mass still, the larger pudding.
Yeah, the big boy.
The big boy.
boy.
So 7 physical, is that?
Yeah, slashing.
Slashing.
And hold on. And then because I have Echo Strike, 1d6 per level of the spell, so it's 2d6. And that's 6 fire damage on top of that.
Okay. And is your whip? It's piercing, isn't it? Is it piercing or slashing? Sorry.
Well, I thought it was piercing, but I'm on D&D Beyond and it says slashing, so I'm just going to go with that.
Okay, hang on then. So, though you managed to destroy and reduce its mass, a good proportion of its mass from those attacks, it does unfortunately, as the whip retracts, it flicks another globule out from the larger main body, which plops onto the floor and creates another smaller, medium-sized baby version of itself.
A wee boy.
A wee boy.
It's a wee boy.
A precious tiny boy.
So there's now 4 of them, like filling up this corridor in front of you.
Hello, boyo.
And they're I would say that they're kind of like plopped down, like directly in front of you in Cray, most of these. And also your whip, it's not magical, is it?
No, it's just a whip.
Okay,
It's
so,
really nothing special. I really should use those chains and get them crafted into an actual weapon.
Yeah.
So
you
I
have.
can do that.
So the acid of the acidic constitution of the creature's body starts to corrode your whip, and it takes a -1 penalty to damage rolls
Shit.
from this point onwards. And also, I need to do acid damage for those of you that have attacked it. So you've attacked it twice, haven't you?
3 times.
Yeah.
3 separate times.
Well, it was 1 attack, but it's three attacks in one go. Yeah, it would have been 3 then.
Okay, sorry, hang on a minute.
Oh my god, I'm taking all the damage.
You take 12 points of acid damage, Cray.
Ooh!
And Kayla, you take 6 points of acid damage as from the whip attack.
Closer.
As some of the acidic globules of the creature like spatter you as the whip retracts back into your hand.
Nasty.
Okay, so is that it for you, Kayla? You've done on your turn.
Yes.
Okay, that was.
That is me done.
Right, man. The initiative order is filling up with pudding. It's
Now that sounds really nice.
had a big dessert.
But it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So it's now the puds go.
The puds.
The puds. And it's going to attack Kayla.
Oh.
No!
And it rolls a natural 20.
Which pudding is it?
No!
It's one of the medium-sized puddings.
You lie!
Oh no.
So it rears up into like a crude, sloppy approximation of a big, like hammer-like limb and smashes you.
Floppy hammer-like lip.
Yeah. And you're going to take.
My favourite.
You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Lord, bloody hell.
And
Angry jelly ducklings, apparently.
Angry jelly dumplings.
Dumplings, that's even better.
Oh my god.
and you take 19 points of acid damage
God
too.
damn.
As the
How many?
19.
Oh, fuck.
So 6 bludgeoning, 19 acid.
That was a hell of a hit.
It's a bad trip, man.
And are you wearing magical armour?
Any hand.
Why are you asking me? How
Is your
rude.
armour magic?
No, I'm
So
wearing,
unfortunately, your armour is also corroded by this attack and takes a -1 penalty to the to AC. So you have -1 AC now.
Oh, so...
Oh dear.
How do I change that in here? Conditions? No. Dun, 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 dun. Customize. I'll just make a note, I'll remember.
Okay. It's now.
So it's -1 on my whip and -1 on my armor now.
mini pud number 2's go now, and it's going to attack Cray Cray. 13 will miss, so that misses. Mini pud number 4, the latest addition to the family.
He's got a single.
It's so nice and cute.
He's going to attack Kayla, and that's 16. That's a hit, isn't it? Yes, it is. So you take 4 points of bludgeoning, and and 15 points of acid damage. As this like flailing limb swats you from the opposite side to the other one, and you.
I have taken a lot of damage.
Yeah.
How close to death are you?
And also, your armor is reduced by another.
Oh my god!
Another point. Your armor class.
Jesus.
I'm really worried if we're going to be fighting a lot more of these because we're really not equipped for it.
And
No.
We're really struggling against some leftover batter from Yorkshire.
We've gone from angry jelly ducklings to angry jelly dumplings to just terrible Yorkshire puddings.
You've been it, mate. You give up.
Hey, it's a bad batch. I'm sorry.
Sif's going out.
I don't sound like that anymore.
I love you guys. All right. Cool. I'm going to try to mop up some of the smaller ones. How many are there now?
Okay, so you could probably like muscle your way between Kayla and Cray Cray and jab at them if you want to.
My word.
Yeah, I'm gonna jab at them with my spear.
Yes.
And
Get jabbing.
my first attack, I'm gonna jab it. It's 20 to hit, but not natural.
That's a definite hit.
Yeah. So let's see. Find a D12 here in my box of dice. That would be cool. And a D4. Shit. All right. So it gets 7 points of stabby damage.
7 stabby. Okay.
And
So
2 points of radiant damage.
7. Okay. 4 points of radiant, did you say?
2 points of radiant.
2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, as
What happens?
as your spear tip jabs into its mass and perforates through the other side of it, it cuts. The radiant damage dealt as well, blows out from the back of the wound.
Oof.
And the globules that get dispersed from that attack just either fall to the floor and become inert, or are disintegrated by the radiant.
The radiant.
Yeah. So that was a particularly effective attack. So you suspect, as you did previously, because Sif did fight these, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The piercing weapons and radiant damage are particularly effective against this creature.
Get out of my way, peasants.
So, anything else?
Well, that was only attack number 1.
Everybody else has radiant ready.
I have radiant.
I've got a radiant weapon. Yeah. Which I never.
That's the one thing I never. I just got fire.
Fire's good.
It seems pretty effective so far on this campaign.
I mean, yeah, just don't attack other friends with it.
You're my friend.
Right. Did you just say we're not friends?
No, I said you are my friends.
Ah, thank you.
I wrote it back to you.
I needed to hear that today.
Friend.
Friend. Right. Okay.
Was it
Let's in the
ever
middle
done?
of stabbing as we do.
I know, right?
Okay, so that one's dead, right?
No. Not dead.
Oh,
So even though
Okay.
its mass is reduced and you've dealt a fairly significant blow to it,
You just turned it into a donut.
the thing is still, roiling and festering about. So,
I'm gonna stab it again.
okay, go for it.
Stabby-doo-wah.
And say it with me.
What was that?
Critical 20.
Nice.
Okay. Double your
I rolled
damage
a
dice
20.
then, sir.
All right, time for stabby times. Okay, this is gonna be good. Need more dice. Okay, so it takes 15 piercing damage
15 piercing, yep.
and 5 radiant damage.
Okay. Okay, so the thing is almost completely destroyed by that second jab, which blasts some of it back down the corridor and spatters the walls, and again just dribbles down as if it's just like a normal dark runny liquid. It no longer possesses the coalesced malignance that it had before. It's got the stuff doesn't have any agency, but what's left is like a small roiling blob, which it's still kind of aggressively moving towards Cray Cray and Kayla. So it's not quite dead, but you've reduced it hugely. It's just like a little blobby puddle now.
Great. I mean, why stop there? I'm going to spend 1 key to invoke Flurry of Blows.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take some unarmed strikes at it. And do remember that my fists count as magical weapons.
Okay. Yeah.
So any attack I do on it is a magical attack.
Okay.
Okay, let's punch it.
Punch it, Joey.
And the first attack is almost definitely a miss because I rolled a 3.
Ooh, yeah, that's a
3
miss.
plus 8 is 11. I don't know if that's it.
That's a hit.
Oh, okay, great. So I need I'm now a D8. Wait.
Ooh.
Yeah, so my fists are now D8 instead of D6. And that's yes. So that's 7 punchy damage.
7. Okay.
Take that.
Is it
Punchy
still
damage.
alive?
So after the first strike misses because you misjudged due to its sudden diminishment in mass. So that one goes wide, but the next one you target full on and hit it right in its central sort of
Mass.
core, and it splatters as you smash into it with your radiant fists, and loads of the spatter flies up into the air and strikes the walls, and again just becomes like inert drips just dribbling down the wall. But the thing is still persisting after that attack. So
Okay.
All your put-ins.
I am okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to punch it again.
okay.
Punch it in the pudding.
What is this shit?
How many hits in one turn?
I can do 4 or 5.
Monks, man.
Yeah, I hate sloppy pudding. The stuff you get from Iceland, that's fucking horrible. It's not like yolk pudding at all.
Wait. Before you roll another attack, unfortunately, because of its corrosive nature, though, you do take a small point of acid damage. So 1 point of acid damage from contact with the creature.
That's some bad
Okay.
jam.
It's bad jam.
That's some bad jam.
Oh my gosh.
Man. All right, let's punch it. It's a fumble.
In my mind, they look like this.
It's a fumble.
Oh my god, it's too cute to kill.
Oh,
Wait, I've been punching that?
This I don't know. It's just a blob.
We're monsters.
No, this thing is disgusting. This thing is like a. It's like
What does it do?
Oh,
it's like a spittoon that's been given life.
Oh
It's
Christ!
a
No.
disgusting,
Wow.
massive.
oh no!
Nice.
Wait, I've been
Not like
putting.
a little blob then.
No,
Yeah,
that's
it's nowhere near
so-
as lovely as that thing.
delightful.
So
very nice.
that was a
I think it is a
fumble.
fumble, yeah.
Pat. Fumble. So as you go to hit it, it suddenly just like lashes out at you and
So cool.
and hits you hits your hand for another point of another 5 points of acid damage
It's so cute.
in retaliation
There you
against
go.
you for harming it. So now it's Ezra's go.
Oh, dude, that like changes color?
Mhm.
What fucking magic is that?
What is his alchemy?
I'll stop distracting that.
Ezra's going to summon some woodland friends to come and help. So I'm going to summon a pair of quicklings.
Yep.
Okay, so I just need to roll for initiative for those. So there's two of them. Actually, maybe that's not a bad thing. That is initiative 8. It might actually be good because that's probably straight after me, I guess.
They go as one, don't they, the quicklings?
I think you just roll once, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Alright, yep, so they go straight after you. So,
Okay, and then I'm going to end my turn, so
alright.
go straight into their turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so I'll have summoned them just behind on the other side, so
Yeah.
I can't see them characters, but I assume we're on one side of the puddings and there's some space on the other side, so I'll summon them behind.
Well, they're tiny, aren't they, quicklings? They're like little fey creatures.
Yeah, they're tiny, so
Yeah, so they
That's
can
like-
scooching amongst people's legs
That's
and,
true.
like brownies in
absolutely.
The wrong
Cool.
side of
So I'll just announce to them, those black oozes, they're your enemy. Come up. And away they go. So they'll just start making some attacks.
Alright, good.
I don't at this point remember exactly which ones these are still alive today.
The large
if you want,
mass,
just-
which has been greatly reduced by Sif, is just barely like a little like bubbling puddle, that's
Yeah.
taken the most damage, and then there are 3 medium-sized masses which are all still agitated and fairly threatening. So it's up to
Okay, so I'll go after the ones that are the medium ones. So
you. Okay.
first quickling's going to go after one of them. The second one I'll go after the other one. So first quickling's going to make 3 attacks.
Yep.
11 to hit.
That is a hit.
Wow. Okay, I'll just roll my attacks first. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because they won't hit much. That's a critical miss on that one.
Oh no! So it takes acid damage as the pudding sort of like swerves its mass into like a U shape in order to a C shape rather to avoid the attack, and sprays the quickling with some acid damage. So it takes 5 acid damage.
No.
Okay, not dead. These quicklings don't have much health.
Short-lived.
And then the final attack, 17. So that's 2 hits. So I'll roll for those now.
Yep.
So 1d4 plus 6 each. So that is a total of 15 piercing damage on the first one.
Piercing. Okay.
Okay, and now I'll roll for the to hit the other one.
Yep.
So that is non-natural 20, 12, and above 20. Are those all hits?
Yes. Anything above 7 is a hit. So 7 or above.
Wow. Okay.
They're not.
Can't really miss the next one without the natural. I mean,
Are you all you concentrating these attacks on the same little?
no, the first 2 were on one of them.
And then-
Then I'll pick a different
Okay.
medium one.
Okay.
So that is better. It's 28 piercing damage with the other one.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay. So as the quickling.
Like
What do they attack with? Like a little spear? Is it a spear?
a little dagger thing. Yeah.
Okay, so it basically just
Yeah,
it's like it just Cuisinarts this pudding into like tiny spatters that just fly like just lots of little droplets spattering up into the air and hitting you all and spattering the walls, but they're inert because of the piercing effect, which somehow seems to negate its animate sort of
Dubious.
yeah evil. I don't know what it does. So you guys basically just spattered in like icky black goo, and it's dead. So
Good work, Clicky.
it took that one out, but it does take some acid damage from as a result of
Here's the rub.
so it takes 3 points of acid damage.
Pudding.
Okay, it can survive that.
All right, good.
Cool.
Um,
That's it for quicklings.
now it is that the original puddings go.
A ridge pitch.
A ridge pitch, and it's going to
Original pudding.
attack Cray Cray.
Oh, man.
But it's
Big
so
pudding.
small now. It's just like it's like a blob of ice cream that's been dropped on a hot pavement,
Oh.
and it just roils towards your foot, and it's like venom, like a symbiote.
Oh,
kind
Christ.
Of, like, lashes out at you. And it rolls with disadvantage because of Pat's ability, and misses. 16.
Yay!
Is it?
Not a hit.
So that's its go over with, and it's back to Cray Cray.
Cool. I was going to do a riposte, but because it's my go, I won't do that.
Yeah. So
I've
you've got
only-
this little black blob on your foot, basically, like trying to.
I mean, I might as well just hit it because it can't have much mass left.
Okay. What, with a blade?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Oh man. Otherwise, I'd have to get my other sword, my sword out,
It's up to you.
which would use an action.
You do what you want.
Yeah, not bright. 21.
That's a hit.
Ooh. 13 slashing.
Okay. Basically,
And
that
4
that
fire.
one blow just destroys it. It's basically you just go and it becomes like a Jackson Pollock paint spray across the flagstone floor. But one of the blobs tumbles off and lands on your foot,
No.
and it's still like pulsing and roiling, and so you've created another, even a really tiny one.
Can I attack that one? I've got 2 attacks left. Does that count?
You can, but you're going to take acid damage from the first attack. So you take 3 points of acid damage.
Okay. 15?
This is
That
another
hits.
bladed attack.
Yeah,
Okay,
15 hits.
15
right?
is a hit. Yeah.
So 12, 13.
13. Okay, yeah. So looking at this new one for me, you like hit it with the blade, and again you create another like spray mark like up the bottom edge of the wall. But another little blob falls off onto your other foot, and it's attempting to attack you. Like you take 6 points of acid damage from that first attack.
Jesus Christ. I've got one more attack. I guess.
Okay.
Oh Christ.
You know you're just going to keep infinitely creating more of them every time you do a slashing attack on it.
Really, would it not just reduce it to nothing?
No.
Oh!
Oh wait, no. If it's below a certain hit points.
It'll turn into jelly babies.
I'm sorry, I'm doing this wrong. I fucked up big time.
Are they already gone?
I'm still going to give you the 8 XP from those though. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I fucked up. Yeah.
Last 2.
You should have only done that last one.
Last one.
So go on. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
You've got another attack.
Oh.
So whatever you want to do with that. There's 2 of the medium ones left.
What did I roll? Did I just roll to hit then, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll count that as a hit. So if you are going to attack those others with that weapon, or are you going to change weapon?
I'll change weapon and that'll
Okay.
probably end my turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so get
That's
the,
your action
yeah.
to switch weapons.
I'll get
Yeah.
my great
I'll
sword.
allow that. I'll let that. Instead of having that last attack, I'll say you put the
The
axe
great
away.
sword also slashing.
Yeah, but it's got a radiant gem in it. So I don't know whether the radiant might help out.
So it is now Kayla's go.
Probably won't.
Are you staying where you
So
are?
did he finish it?
He
No.
killed. He killed what was left of the original pudding, which had been reduced to just a little blob on the floor, but created another blob, and then he killed that one, and
I love these guys.
and then it's gone. But there's still
Puddings.
two of the medium puds are left.
Medium puds. I will kill those medium puds.
Destroy the pudding.
Yeah, I'll stay.
I'm gonna do. So, yeah, it's physical is not good. It'll make them split, or is that not the case?
A bladed attack that's like a slash
Hmm.
or a hack will cause them to divide, whereas a pointed sort of piercing, jabbing attack is effective at neutralising them.
You're just pushing it apart.
Yeah,
Pushing
you're pushing
the
it
blade.
I mean, thought my whip was piercing, but it turns out it wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna do. Just gonna do a firebolt then,
All right.
and probably avoid the whip attack.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a firebolt. One of them. Flip a coin. 22.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. That's
Cool.
like a hit 3 times over.
Cool. And with 2 details. Oof, nice. 23 fire damage.
23 fire damage. That is good.
Yeah.
That actually wipes that one out. So as the flame erupts from your hand and engulfs that pulsating black oozy mass, it just becomes like black powder. Like it just gets turned to like a puff of ash, like, and it just disperses in flakes that float around you for a moment before disappearing. So yeah, that thing's dead. Well done. And no additional effects from that either. Doesn't divide, and you don't get any acid damage. And it doesn't damage any, you or your armor. So that's how to deal with them.
Boom.
Anything else? There's still one left.
I would do my whip, but I feel like that's not a good idea.
Mm.
And I don't think I can do another spell.
See, think about what Kayla would
Chat
do.
recommend.
Because Kayla isn't.
Chat recommend boot the tiny one.
Kayla isn't stupid like Cray Cray. So she wouldn't just keep doing the same thing and not learning from it. She would.
Yeah.
I'm not metagaming for you. I'm just saying
No,
Kayla wouldn't do what Cray Cray does. Because like, we
Kayla's
don't
not
want
dumb.
2 hours of
She's
somebody just
fired.
endlessly fighting a black pudding. It's like just on and on and on. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't really do any more spells.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So I just need to deal. So this one's gone. So well done. Got rid of that. Just making sure that I haven't got these in the initiative order anymore. That one's dead. So the last remaining pud, the latest addition to the family, is still lingering on, and it's going to attack Cray Cray.
Oh, Pud Junior.
Yeah, it's coming for you. So some of its tendrils, its gloopy tendrils, lash out and flip towards you. And 18, that's a hit, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, so you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. You are also going to get some of this acid
We lost Pat.
as a result. Oh no!
Chrome just.
He's having a great day.
Oh man, we're not having a
Yeah,
good day
we
of
lost Pat.
technology today, are we?
Yeah.
Just get it all out of the way.
You take 17 points of acid damage
17.
as the sticky glue remains on your skin even after the limb retracts back into its mass, and it burns
You guys
into
can't
your
hit me.
flesh through your armor.
Can hear you, Pat. Can hear you, Pat.
Yeah, we can hear you, Pat.
Yep.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, my entire
And your
combo.
AC goes down by. Oh wait, it's magical, isn't it?
Yeah,
So that doesn't matter. Ignore me. And that's it for its go, and it's now Sif's go again. Unless you're going to do a reaction.
I will do when a creature damages you. I'll use a parry to reduce the damage.
Okay.
That will be by much. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. That's good.
Not bad.
So, Sif, it's your turn now. There's only one of the pubs left. One of the smaller, medium-sized ones. Just attack Cray Cray.
Motherfucker.
Well, it seems like a no-brainer for me to stab it, since my radiant run spear has had such an amazing effect on them.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm going to do.
You are the man for this job.
It's a bit cliche, but I stabbed the thing.
Okay. This is, after all, Dungeons and Dragons, and there's a lot of stabbing involved.
Stabby-doo-wah.
Stabbing-wah!
That's why I play it. I do it for the stabbing.
Yeah, especially for murder hobos.
17 to hit.
Misfits. What was it?
Sorry, yes. Murder Hobo, 17 to hit.
Yeah, definite hit.
And it takes 9 piercing and 1 radiant damage.
Okay. So that blow destroys a good, at least half of its current mass, reducing it in size significantly, with the radiant energy like searing away the globules, even as they're like blasted out from its body. But it's still persisting. It's still there, like aggressively, like roiling and tumbling towards Kayla and Cray Cray. So it's going to take some more to finish it off completely.
Okay, well, I'm going to stab it again.
Okay, do this.
I fucking fumbled.
Oh my god.
Oh no! So, becoming wise to your pattern of attack, the thing.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
So yeah, the thing seems to have gauged like the pattern of your attack, and it kind of it makes its inverse C shape of its body, which bends around the tip of the spear, avoiding it, and then it flashes back and like coats you in a spittle of black droplets, which deal you a single point of acid damage.
Oh man, it used its piety sense.
Okay.
It's putty sense.
Do I get any damage for the first attack as well?
What do you mean? Oh,
Yeah.
no, you don't.
second
No,
stab.
because you're out of. You're not in 5 feet. It's 10 feet with a spear, isn't it? Is that right? It's reach.
Yes.
It's a reach weapon. Yeah. So no, you're okay.
Yeah, it's a reach weapon.
It's only when you're within 5 feet that you will be subject to like a spray of acidy goo as a consequence.
Okay.
Is
All
there
right.
anything else, or are you good? What are you doing?
I'm thinking I have a fair amount of key to spend, so I'm going to do another flurry of blows.
Cool. Yep. Go for it.
So time to punch it.
So you're rushing into
And
this
get-
one.
Yeah, arms outstretched, and I give it a whooping. What is that? 19 to hit.
19. So basically, Sif, you just decimate this puddle. Like you're just punching into this gelatinous mass, and as before, like pieces of it are just splattering and flying off against the walls and the floor, and everybody else around you being rendered inert by most of the radiant damage. But you do take 3 points of acid damage as a consequence of that. But it's
Should I not roll my damage first, though?
Oh, I thought you just did 19. Oh, did I get ahead of myself? Was that a
Sorry,
19
that was
to
the
hit?
hit.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. Well, just
I
imagine
mean, I wish
everything I just said.
it was
happens
You better roll
after this
those
damage. We'll fix it in post, or whatever the fuck they say these days.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone watching it didn't hear that.
You heard it wrong.
Anyway,
That was the future
takes,
interrupting the present.
I'm from the future, and I hit for 1 damage.
You're joking. Are you joking?
No, wait. I need to wait. No, sorry. I need to add to it. I think it's yeah. I need to add strength to it, so it's 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. So this thing's still hanging around. It's still here, even though you've dealt it a blow. It's not enough to finish it, and it's starting to sort of aggressively crawl up your fists as even as they're pulling away from its gloopy mass. So it needs more. It's begging for.
It's like an overbearing. It's like an overbearing boyfriend. Right. One more. Okay, I've got one more attack, and it is 15 to hit.
Yeah, that's it.
And it is 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
And that's a punchy damage, but it's also magical.
Magical punchy.
So the thing just won't go away, and it's as your last punch from reducing it almost to just a splotch on the floor. You pull your fist back, and it's actually on your fist, like still there, persisting, like, and you take a point of acid damage, but it's still on your fist pat, and it's aggressively like roiling and wrapping around your hand.
We've got a pud cam.
Get off me! I have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. How much acid damage do I take from it again?
Just 1 point.
Pud
Okay.
damage.
But it's still
I'm
here.
done.
It's on your fist. What are you going to do?
Whose fist is this?
It's on my fist. Okay.
On your fist.
Who would be next in?
It would be Ezra.
Oh, but
Okay.
I gotta...
I push my fist in Ezra's face. Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Get off.
There's quicklings. You can deal with this. So I'll pass my turn to the quicklings.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They'll make 6 attacks against it. So
These better be good attacks, because Sif could incur some injury if they're not careful enough.
Is one bite burn off?
so that I believe if it's 7 to hit, that's 5 hits and 1 critical.
Yes, absolutely.
Is it dead? Can it be dead? Don't take my arm off. I need that.
Oh shit. She's a drink.
What do we got?
He's mathing.
61 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good. That's way more than you. It had 4 points of health left.
Wow.
So
You just
the quicklings basically like jump up onto like Pat's arm, and like they converge on the thing. They're just like flicking like bits of the stuff off again, which is droplets are flying everywhere.
Do they also give him a very nice manicure?
Yeah, I was just going to say, and as they leap off and retract, Sif looks at his fist, and it's the cleanest it's ever been. It's just like, and the hair has been trimmed, the nails have been cut and manicured. Like it's your hand.
Yeah, underneath it's just been like daggered out from underneath.
So how many
I love
attacks
this
was that,
foliage.
Mike? How many attacks with the quick?
That was 6 attacks.
6
That was
attacks.
6, and one of them was yeah.
6 points of acid
Oh
damage,
shit, here it
unfortunately.
comes.
Let's see.
Oh no!
The manicure and a chemical peel.
Yeah.
Who's this hitting? The quicklings or Sith or both?
Safe.
That's 26 points of acid damage on the
Where's
quicklings.
that? Each of them, because there's 2 of them. Or should we just say half and half?
Halve it, yeah. So
Yeah,
30.
unfortunately, that is the end of the quicklings.
So unfortunately, the quicklings saved Pat's hand from being corroded away, but they themselves were melted
Tragic.
by the spray of black ooze, corrosive black ooze that they created in their
Oh.
fervour.
That's a sad story.
It's like they were actually melting as they were doing it. Until it was just these feet, like kicking at what was left of the.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
I mean, I'm obviously very glad they're dead, but my hands are so smooth right now.
Yeah. You could be a hand model now. You've had the best
Yeah.
My.
mani-pedi you've ever
Only
received.
photography existed in this world.
Just put a ring on it.
Okay, well, I think we might as well leave it there for them. Unless you guys want to carry on playing. What do you reckon?
I mean, please, because I have some paperwork I need to fill out tonight,
Yeah.
so I need to go.
Well, you've got perfectly smooth hands to do it with.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I did.
Because we were quite delayed in getting started there due to yet more technical
Hiccups.
issues. But
Apologies.
anyway,
It seems now though.
yeah, we'll pick up from there next Tuesday. Thanks for playing, everybody, and thank you to anybody that was patient enough to sit through that
Yeah, apologies
fucking
for technical.
debacle.
Until we work out all the kinks that's going to
Yeah.
happen.
So again, we'll see you all next Tuesday, and thanks for playing. Appreciate it.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bye, bye, bye.
Is it Tuesday yet?
Oh no,
No.
you can't use that.
Oh.
I think that's trademark.
That's gross. I even did that.
Didn't that feel wrong
It
coming out
did.
of your mouth? Then?
It did. It was
Yeah.
like a bad batch.
Yeah.
It was
So
pretty
yeah,
bad.
see you next Tuesday.
Feeling.
Thanks everybody. Speak to you again soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.